So tell us why you love poetry so much.
Well, poetry is the true expression of your inner self. Sometimes you have a hard time kind of articulating what you're feeling at a certain given period point in time. Poetry gives you the opportunity to just let it flow, just kind of like write it down, let it go, and boom, there it is. So sometimes it's a masterpiece of what you're really feeling. It lasts a long time after you write it down. Trust me.
So how long have you been writing poetry?
Oh, I've been writing poetry since high school. I think it started out like little, love notes to girls. You know how I go through that little phase as a teenage boy. Then after that, it just kind of like snowballed from there. I found myself writing poetry just to get some things off my chest. I really took to it.
Who is your favorite poet?
Oh, favorite poet. That could be, of course, Maya Angelou, and I'm trying to think who else. There's quite a few. Langston Hughes, really. I love Langston Hughes' work, and I think Langston Hughes had to be top two. Maya Angelou and Langston Hughes was like right there.
So what has been the driving force for you this period in your life?
Uh, my driving force right now is being renewed. I think over the past couple of years or so, and especially right now, I'm at a point where I'm kind of changing and transcending something a little different than I have been in the past. I am really getting to know myself as an artist, as a writer, and now as a talk show host. And it's really, I think I found my niche, and it's really paying big dividends for me personally.
Politics, since it's been one of those driving forces with you, tell us why you're passionate about politics.
Politics affects everything in your life, whether you know it or not, even from the way you vote, from the way you dress, what type of car you drive. There are political ramifications in it. Let's just say where you live at. Whether you live in a low income area or a high income area, politics plays a key role in the people you elect to represent you in those areas. And a lot of times in those poor areas, low income areas, representation is kind of lacking just because the what our politicians put into low income areas aren't as much, because we are always catering to big business, and big business people live in high income areas, so everything in their areas will be up to date, malls, nice houses, and the political unit is where we need to get in, take advantage of our voice as voters and change that.
So tell us how politics has changed in the last, let's say, 10 to 15 years.
Well, in the past 10 to 15 years, let's go back 10 to 15 years ago, politics was more or less about everybody included. Whether you had different Republican and Democrat, didn't matter. Once everybody got into the process, it was about everybody. Now it's about certain people. It's about just poor people, Democrats, and higher ups, rich people, Republicans, the money people. And now that they've started to go into the divide as far as racial and economical, we're really killing ourselves politically, just being different.
How does politics factor in with your writing?
Uh, Politics factors heavily in my writing just because how we think and how we communicate really affects how our leaders view us. Whether or not they can take advantage of poor, whether they can take advantage of certain areas and certain people, we have to let them know they can. We're actually thinking and processing the information they're giving us too. And we need to send the voice up instead of him dictating down.
So how has your political experience changed or have grown you as a person?
Well, I think because my political experience has really opened my eyes to a lot of different things. Not as in my community, but also in other people's community, and think about what they're trying to do, and other people trying to do, and their voices, how they talk about how they see their community affects everybody else's community around them. Whether people want to acknowledge it or not, a lot of people in the suburbs say, well, politics in Detroit doesn't bother them. Well, it kind of does, because what happens in Detroit affects the surrounding areas. What happens in poor communities affects my community. If we can work together, then we can build great communities. But if we continue to be at odds with each other, we just divide, and we're living in the effects of that right now.